Hi everyone, Raid Runner here, and in this 6-minute guide I'm going to present 3 different ways to build a hero with the Assassin tree. Maybe you're starting a new run, or you're trying to decide what to do with that hero from the inn. I'll cover possible weapons, key attributes, challenges you might encounter, and then perks that you should keep an eye out for. With any build in the last spell, the key is to identify the win condition and double down on it. Hopefully by the end you'll have some good ideas on how to use that new hero. As always, there's a PNG linked in the description below. Up first, a critical build. The key idea here is to generate lots of hits with high critical chance. Weapons like hand, crossbow, and wand accomplish this with multi-hits. Spear has a multi-hit attack and an AoE attack, and dagger may be an option depending on your party. Don't be afraid to try other weapons. Look for high number of hits per AP spent. Obviously, critical is the primary attribute, but flat damage and mana may also help. Multi-hit critical damage are the two to look for on the secondary attributes. With the multi-hit variant of this build, make sure to watch out for Mirror Shield. Perk-wise. First Blood. Extra critical on full health enemies, if everything only lives one round. Critical Master. Every 5 crits plus 5 crits. Can you say Snowball? Explosive Essence. 50% crit power for mana cost spells. May work depending on your weapon. Mana Collector. Restore mana per crit. Need I say more? Perpetual Vision. Every time 2 enemies are hit, the next skill gets vision. Could be helpful on certain maps. Glass Cannon. Minus 60 health for 15% critical. We shouldn't be getting hit, so why not? Initiator. Plus 2 hits, but minus 10 damage if you haven't killed anything this turn. Good for bosses. Flexibility. Plus 25% damage if attack type differs from the previous one. You'll likely have 2 different weapons. So that finishes up our rundown of the critical build. Up next, an isolation build. With this skill set, you're setting up to do huge damage in one hit to a single target. There are 4 weapons that I'd normally use for a build like this that lead themselves to different playstyles. The assassin with a dagger, the archer with a longbow or rifle, or the mage with an orb. Your team composition or available weapons will dictate the best for you. For attributes, action points are even more valuable here than on other characters. Movement speed, damage, accuracy, and resistance reduction may all help. Isolation, more isolation for the secondary attribute. In addition to action point limitations, wave clear may also pose issues. For perks, cherry picking, plus 40% reliability, take out those low rolls. 1 by 1, scale up damage for isolated kills. Legendary Assassin, 1 action point for every 3 isolated kills. This one is huge. Sheer Power, 50% resistance reduction if it's needed. Steady Aim, plus 10% accuracy before moving. No more need saying. Shorter weapons, lower range for better accuracy reliability, may or may not work for you. Quick reload, get a skill back. Assassinate anyone? Big Game Hunter, scaling damage based on max health of the target. Go big or go home. That finishes up the lowly isolation build sandwiched in the middle. And finally, a momentum build. This build converts mobility into high single target damage. It doesn't strictly need the assassin tree, but other trees often have better alternative builds, so mine often end up with this tree. Weapon-wise, pistol and sword both provide movement skills, scepter has a devastating attack, and if you want a bit more on the damage front, spear, two-handed sword are worth a look. For primary attributes, hunt for movement speed and accuracy, imagine missing, and momentum skill range on the secondary side. The biggest challenge you'll face is wave clear. Boom helps significantly with this. A less obvious challenge is battlefield presence. In your local area you'll do great, but it's harder to impact the wider battle, as a single long movement will diminish subsequent attacks. Maybe prepare some warp gates. In terms of perks to look for, Legendary Assassin, refund action points for isolated kills. Certain weapons will get plenty of these. Sprint, gain movement for health. Great way to boost damage if you can heal. Relentless, if you have less than 3 move and you attack in melee range, gain a movement, and a bonus one if it kills. Head on, 15% physical damage per 4 tiles moved. Boom, excess damage will transfer to adjacent enemies. Wave clear solved. Shorter weapons, lower range for improved accuracy. You decide if this fits your build. Flexibility, all kinds of weapons work with this build, so alternate for extra damage. Inertia, Every 3 tiles travelled, the next momentum skill restores 2 movement. That's 3 very different ways to use the assassin tree in 6 minutes. I deliberately haven't provided perks from other trees, as all of these builds can work regardless of the other trees, but now that you know what to look for, make them even better by picking the appropriate pairings in those optional trees. I hope I've given you some things to think about the next time you're starting a run or are at the inn. If you use any of the builds, drop me a comment and let me know how you got on. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to get the job done. If you want to see the builds live, check me out at twitch.tv/RaidRunnerGaming. If you want to see more videos like this, then you know what to do. Like, comment and subscribe. Thanks for watching.